Take my hand, together we'll fall now, we'll fall now. I don't know what to say, but I'll try my best. It's terribly cliche, 'cause when you...
Hey guys, so I'm going to give you my 3-month postpartum update, and if I'm talking loud, it's because I'm outside on the porch, and it is like pouring the rain, so I have no clue if how well the sound is going to be, the audio of this video, but nonetheless, outside has way better lighting, and I've been at work in a kitchen with no windows for hours, so it's kind of nice to be outdoors again. So to start out with, obviously no bleeding. The incision is healing pretty great, feels good most of the time. Sometimes at work it bothers me, it just kind of depends. And it also depends on what I'm doing at work. Like, there's 90-pound boxes that I have to lift and stuff like that. And lifting things that are that heavy doesn't always feel too great. So it just kind of depends. Really, I have no idea how much I weigh. I don't know if I've lost any more. I really don't keep up with it. My stomach is still all stretched out. I still have stretch marks. And I'm just kind of whatever. Like, some days I care about it, and some days it makes me feel bad and makes me feel ugly. And then there's other days where it doesn't really bother me as much, and I don't notice it, and Sam never really comments on them. So I figure, well, I guess they don't bother him, so why should they bother me? So, emotional-wise, though, like I said in the last update, I'm really struggling a lot. I have good days, and I have bad days. There's some days where I just want to stare at the wall, and I don't even want to take care of myself. Like, I will take care of her all day long, but when it comes to myself, I don't want to do anything for myself. I don't care if I brush my hair. I don't care if I eat. Things like that. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I get mad at Sam for the littlest things. We argue a lot lately, and mostly it's over stupid stuff that really shouldn't matter, and for some reason I just get really upset and irritable. And part of my problem, I think, is I'm trying to adjust to a lot of different things all at one time. I'm in a new place to live. I'm in a new job, a new experience with school. I've only been to one semester of college, so I wasn't really used to college yet either. And now I'm doing online classes, and it's kind of difficult. My instructors don't email me back right away. It's normally a couple days when I hear from them. It's just, online classes are not all they're cracked up to be. And my new job is really stressful. I'm a cook, and I'm alone, and I'm very poorly trained. I should say that, I guess, kind of. I've not been back there very long. I started my job on the 17th of June, so I've not even been there a month. And the first day that I worked there, I worked nearly a 12-hour shift, so it was kind of nutty. And now, tomorrow, I have to go in and be there before sunrise to start breakfast, and I'm supposed to train a new person when I've not even been fully trained yet. So we'll just see how that goes. Today was a really crazy day at work. I worked over, and everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It was a total disaster. I was behind on lunch just because of other things, some of the stuff that I needed, the meat, from making meatloaf and a few other things. It was late in coming into me, so it was just a total disaster. Oh gosh. And I had lunch all set up. When I went to lunch, everything was good, everything was full, there was plenty, and then I come back and everything's still fine, and the next thing I know, we have this huge rush and all the food is freaking gone, and it's 10 minutes before I was supposed to get off work. So I was like, well, I'm the only cook here, so I have to stay. It really kind of sucks in ways, but I like it. It's just really stressful and really fast-paced, and You've got to work really hard to keep up and be on time with getting the food out there when it's supposed to be, keeping the food stocked, basically keep on cooking it and make sure that nothing runs out or runs empty. And then you have to deal with custom orders from customers. Like, we have certain things that we serve every day, regardless, and then we have certain things that are special days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all those days have their different dishes. And then we have sorry, Sam distracted me. And then we have a menu that customers can order off of also. So basically, you're having to cook for 3 different menus all in once, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so crazy, and it's so super stressful, and it drives me insane, but I like it. And I'm not gonna, because I think that's my private information, what I make, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly, but I will go ahead and say that I make more starting out there than I ever made at Subway. Like, I worked there, God, how long did I work there? Like 6 months, and I never even got my 3-month raise of a dime, and I make so much more money working at as a cook. It's not even funny. So it's definitely a pretty good trade-off in that retrospective, and I get decent hours. It's just, it sucks having to get up super early, and you just go. Like, I don't think I even took my break today, and I only took a half an hour for my lunch, just because I knew that I needed to get back in there and wash dishes and stuff. So, I'm back to work, I'm back to school, and I'm trying to balance it all. And when I kind of figure that out, I'll do a separate video talking about how, I balance schoolwork, motherhood. Right now I'm still in the process of testing the waters and trying to figure that out. And of course that's going to change in the fall when I go back to campus for school, because I'm not taking online in the fall. No way. It's not for me. I mean, it's getting me my credits, and it's helping me to catch up what I missed in the spring, but at the same time, I just can't function like that. I need to be in the classroom, so I don't like it. Online is great, because it's flexible, but anyways, it's not great. So, moving on. As you can see, I went nuts. I have purple streaks in my hair. And I have no idea why I did this. Like, I can't even tell you. I did it on a whim. Like, we went to Walmart, and we were doing the grocery shopping, and I was just really depressed and upset, and I didn't know why, and I felt bad about myself. And I thought to myself, I was like, I'm going to dye my hair. But I'm not going to dye my whole hair. I'm just going to put streaks in it. I want colored streaks. And so I started checking in at salons, like calling some while we were in the store. And I was getting told, $40, $50 to put just a few streaks in my hair. And I was like, I can do it myself. So, I went and bought like a $5 hair dye kit and went home that night and did it myself. And I forgot how messy and difficult it is to dye your own hair, and I've never put streaks in it, so it was even worse. And I had to bleach my hair first. I've never done that. It was absolutely a crazy process, but I'm kind of happy with it. I just kind of have to watch it at work. Like, my boss doesn't care, but if head honcho's coming in, I might not it might get me in trouble. But I kind of like it. It's different. I don't know, like, lately I look in the mirror, and when I look at myself, I don't see me anymore. I just see a mom. I feel like I lost myself, and I know that might not make sense, but for you out there that do have children, maybe you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, I told my mom this last night, and she kind of understood what I meant. It's like, you live for taking care of other people. Like, all your time, all your money, all your effort is dedicated to someone other than yourself when you're a mother. And the adjustment to that is kind of, a shock, really, in ways. Especially if you didn't have any younger siblings, or you've never really had to take care of anyone else. I mean, I had to take care of my grandmother for quite a few years. There was that, but it was different. It was a lot different because there was still things that she was independent enough where she could do them for herself. It's not like I had to put diapers on her or anything like that. My grandmother could do that. She just needed help with her medicine and getting around, things like that, grocery shopping. But with having a baby, that baby is completely dependent on you, and your needs and your wants come last. My first paycheck, I got it, and first of all, because I make more money, the government takes more of my money out in taxes. So, it was like $20 taken out, well, 25 almost, I think, taken out for taxes. And then what was left, I spent over half of it on Abrielle because she needed diapers and she needed wipes, and the bottle brush broke in half, literally in half, and just things like that. And when it was left, at the end of the day, the only things that I bought for myself was my $5 hair dye, some ibuprofen because I was completely out, and some lady products because I started my period early and I didn't have enough. So, there's that. I don't feel like I'm myself anymore. I feel like I'm a totally different person, and I don't even know who that person is. I don't feel attractive. I was at the park yesterday with my mom and my little nephew and had Abrielle with me, and there was a girl sitting in the park bench next to us. There's like 2 benches, she's over there, we're over here. And there's these 2 guys down there at the lake swimming, and one of them walks up there and starts talking to her, and he gets her number and flirting with her and stuff, and nobody looks at me anymore. And I know, I'm not saying that I want them to, or that I don't love Sam, or I want a different boyfriend. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, I feel like ignored. Like, as soon as I became a mom, I became undesirable or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, a lot of my friends have jumped ship, so to speak. They don't talk to me anymore. They don't want to hang out with me because they know that more than likely I have to bring the baby. I've got pretty much, 4 really good friends that I can think of that would hang out with me still and wouldn't care if I had the baby. And 2 of those people have kids of their own, so that's probably why. Your friendships change and your availability changes, and just the way people look at you change. I went to church with my mom last night, to her church, and it was a Church of Christ, and I've never been to one of those, and walked in there, with the baby and not married, and, I have a promise ring, but, it's just, I don't even have it on right now. I can't wear it at work. I'm not allowed to, because you're only allowed to wear simple plain wedding bands, so mine has stones to it, so I can't wear it. And my hair's like it is, so that probably didn't look good either, and baby on my hip, and I look like I'm 12, so that didn't help my case. They just kind of looked at me, like, stared, and not a good stare, like, oh, that's a cute baby. It's like, oh, another one of you. So, it's difficult, and I think it's really starting to get to me. And Sam tells me, I can't let what other people think of me affect me. And I try, but it's honestly hard to, because I do care what people think of me. I don't want my reputation to be bad. And I kind of ruined it by having a baby and being so young and not being married and stuff. Like, it ruins your reputation and the way people will view you and stuff. It doesn't make you look good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but to a lot of people out there in society, they won't see the real you. Which, heck, I don't even know who I am anymore. I feel like I lost my identity, like it was stolen or something. But identity theft, not a funny thing. That was a really dad comment. I'm not doing too hot tonight or this evening. Gosh, work fries my brain. I fry chicken and potatoes and all kinds of things all day long, and it ruins me. But I have no idea if you guys understand anything that I've said or if you just think I'm nuts. But, you know, it's just hard. It really is. So now that I've, like, made you my therapist for probably 10 minutes or so, I'll get back to the postpartum update. Okay, so, I told you my stomach's still, you know, it doesn't really hurt. Sometimes lifting heavy stuff at work, like I mentioned, that hurts. Birth control, you know, I told you, I'm definitely on birth control. I'm on that Generous Faye. They're chewable tablets. They taste like mint candies, really yummy, so I like them. I've been on birth control now for almost a month. I started it kind of late because my doctor was weird about it and all these things syncing up and yada yada. So I've been on it almost a month now, and my period came early. And ever since I delivered, like, the first period I had was super light and painless. Completely painless, no cramping. I was so excited. The next period that I had, or no, the first period I had, sorry, was super heavy, but no cramping. None whatsoever. So the next period I had was just normal bleeding for me, really, you know. Which normal for me is heavy. And it I kind of cramped some, but not as much as I used to. And this period, this is like a straight week of spotting. That's it. Like, not even bleeding. I've just been spotting for a whole week now, and it doesn't hurt any. I've not cramped at all. The only thing that's really been bothering me is kind of like I feel pressure in my lower back, and I guess it's just, you know, my body kind of trying to adjust to the birth control, but no hurting. I'm really hoping that maybe by taking that kind of birth control, that maybe that's what my periods will be like from now on. It's just really super light spotting and, like, no cramping. I would love that. And other than that, we're using condoms as backup just because really don't want any surprises in the next few months. I think I've had enough surprises in the last year to last me for a while. So I've made this video super long, and I'm so sorry, and if you stayed with me this whole time, I'm super grateful. And I do want to tell you guys some pretty cool news, but I'm going to do it in a whole separate video to announce it because it's pretty awesome. Yes, okay, so I'm going to show you guys my belly, what it's looking like now. And I don't know how well this is going to work because I had a webcam program and my trial ran out, and I'm not buying it again because it's way too expensive, so we'll see how this does if we just do it this way. Okay, so this is it from the front. So you just the side. Shirt up from the front. Shirt up from this side. Shirt up from the other side. And when it gets to be, I don't know, I'll probably show you guys how my scar has healed up again at the 6-month postpartum update, more than likely. Yeah, I think 6 months. That sounds like a good time to do it. Like, enough time has passed, then yeah, that sounds good. But as always, comment, like, subscribe. Please request videos. I do have a request pending. I've got actually 2, and right now I'm working on 1. Every time I go to the store, I forget to buy a dry erase board. So I promise I'm going to do that for all my life, and you guys can check out my awesome artistic abilities. But I just gotta remember to put it on the grocery list. So that will be it for my 3-month postpartum update. Thank you guys, and bye. Don't ever let go.